everyone. We are going to be talking about creating our curve of best fit. We are going to start off with this question right here. It says, which equation most closely represents the line of best fit for the data in this table? So because we're trying to find the line of best fit, we're going to need to go to our calculator. And in our calculator, we will first go to stat. We need to put our data in. We'll press enter to edit our lists. And we're going to type in our numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we put our y values in L2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 10. And we want to make sure that our lists are the same length to make sure that our calculator can calculate our line of best fit. Because we're told this is a line, we don't necessarily have to do the next couple steps, but if we weren't told it was a line and had to figure it out, we would go to our y equals button. When we're here, we're going to turn our plot 1 on by pressing enter, and then we're going to press graph. I want you to get in the habit of pressing zoom 9 so that we make sure we see a really good representation of our data. Because we have a pretty straight line here, that's why we're going to go with our line of best fit, and also because we're told. So to calculate our line of best fit, we're going to go back to stat, we're going to go over to the right to calc, and we're going to hit number 4 because that says linreg, which is our line, our linear. Then we'll have to press enter a couple more times. And now our calculator does all the calculations for us. So we have y is equal to ax plus b, our a is 1.25, so on, and our b is 3.26, and so on. So we know that our a is a positive, so we would automatically eliminate b and c. So we're down to a and d. If you don't know what these decimals are, all we have to do is go back to our calculator, type in 5 divided by 4. We have to remember that we're looking for about 1.25 something, and we see our answer. If we had typed in 4 divided by 5, we're going to see a decimal of 0.8, which is not the original a that we had. So our answer, therefore, is a, because we had the 1.25x, and it was pretty close to 3 for our b. So that's how we're able to do that type of problem. Now, what about this next one? It says, which of the following equations most closely represents the equation of the curve of best fit for the data? So because it says a curve, we're not for sure it's a line, and we see in our answer options these squareds, and we also have just a regular x. So we need to determine this time whether or not we have a line or a curve. So we're going to put our information in our stat again. So we'll go to stat, enter. This time we need to clear our list. So to clear our list, we arrow up, we press clear, and use our down arrow button. We'll do the same one for L1, excuse me. So we put our x's in L1 and our y's in L2. So we got 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 20, and 23. And then I'm going to go over to L2 and put in 56, and 45, and 39, 35, 36, 46, and 56. Just be careful when you're typing these in and make sure you're getting your data that's presented to you in the problem so that we don't make any mistakes. All right, so now we need to check to see if it's a line or a curve. So we're going to go back to y equals. We already had our plot 1 highlighted, but if it wasn't highlighted, just as a reminder, you use your up arrow button and press enter. We're going to press graph. And I don't see anything. So what I need to do is press zoom 9, because that is zooming. Wow, that is a pretty solid U. So because of this U shape or a curve, when we go to calculate, we're going to go to Stat Calc, and this time we're going to go with 5 because that is a quadratic equation for quad reg. So I'll hit 5, press enter a bunch of times again. And our calculator does all the calculations. This time we have 3 terms. We have an A term, a B term, and a C term. So we have to round our numbers correctly to get them to plug into A, B, and C. So A is 0.26642, so on, and we notice that these are rounded to the hundredths. So we automatically eliminated C because it's not a line. We found it was a curve. To round this to the hundredth, we look at the thousandth. So we look at this 6. Because it's a 6, it makes this 6 go up 1. So 0.27. So now I'm to A and B. So we have y equals 0.27x squared. Because of our B being negative, we're going to have a minus sign, and it's going to be minus 7.30. I didn't change that to a 1 because the next is a 2, and that would keep the 0 where it is. So I think we're about to the point where we know that it would be this equation, but let's double check that C. It says 84.1778, so I look at the second 7. It's above a 5, so this 7 goes to an 8, 84.18, and that is exactly what we had here with answer option B. So that's how we find our curves of best fit and how we check to see if it's a line or a curve. So now please go to Google Classroom and work on the 6 practice problems posted on Google Classroom.